go through this motivational presentation I did for everybody called Taking It to the Next Level. And it's an inspiring motivator of mine who has done many different events for the NFL, NBA, some Ivy League schools. I took everything he's kind of created and I put it into a way that it could actually relate to Ignite. So I'm hoping it can help a lot of you out there. It's called Taking It to the Next Level. Let's check this out here. First, it talks about Ignite on my back. What does that mean? That means pride, guys. I see a lot of people, wearing football jerseys and football hats and having stickers on their cars. Well, you know what? I have Ignite on my car. I have an Ignite sticker on my car, on the back of my Benz. I have the GK Power license plate. I have the 3 and 10 license plate on the Lexus. I have the sticker on my laptop. Why? Because when I go somewhere, whether it's Panera Bread and my laptop comes out, I have that Ignite pride. When I'm driving around, whether it's Jersey, New York, Maryland, Pennsylvania, I have that Ignite pride. And I want people to know what I stand for and how proud I am. Whether I'm on an airplane getting off to go to Texas, I always represent Ignite. It's always on my back, guys. I represent it. I talk about it on Facebook, and ask yourself, what do you represent? Because if you don't have that pride for this company, you're not going to be able to represent it properly. And to me, Ignite has given me my life back. And when I'm doing what I do for Ignite, I represent my family. They're on my back. My mom, my aunt, my cousin, my nephew. I have no choice. Why? Because I gave up my life as far as my business. I gave up working for my mom, and I gave all that up to be an Ignite associate and to take this to another level in my life. And I have that pride, guys. So let's get that pride for what we do. Let's stick up for our company. Let's make sure, we have our company's back and we have our company in our back. And I even have my town on my back, guys, the city of Allentown. I was never excited to live in Allentown, Pennsylvania until Ignite launched here, and now I have Allentown on my back. Look at what you are saying is not congruent with your actions. What does this mean? A lot of you are saying some deep statements on the phone to your friends. I hear you on statements on Facebook, but your actions do not coincide with what you're saying. Okay, your actions do not model your talking. Okay. There's one thing about talking and there's one thing to do it. And to give you an example, you have somebody who lives in low-income housing and they walk by a gated community. Trust me, they want to live in a gated community. You have somebody who's driving a tricked-out, let's say, Ford Focus. Okay, their ideal car was not to go to Ford one day and say, hey, guys, I want you guys to trick out a Ford for me, a Focus. No, nothing wrong with that, by the way. My point is, the difference between those individuals and somebody who is living in a gated community and somebody who is driving a BMW is that what they're saying and what they're doing are congruent. Okay, the words coming out of their mouth and the lifestyle they live match. And until the words you're saying and the lifestyle you live match, you're not going to be successful. Okay, people say to me all the time, how are you so confident in this business? Well, I'm confident in this business. I've been doing it for 26 months and I lived it. I've actually experienced it. Okay, I've actually succeeded in it. I'm not reading out of a book of somebody who did network marketing. It's my story. I went through the pain. I went through the time. I put my sweat equity in there, and I have the right to tell you guys that I believe you can be successful, that you can be an MD, you can be an SD, you can be an ED, you can be a PD, you can be a top money earner, you can have a free Mercedes. Why? Because I have that right, because I've earned it through that 2.5 years of what I've done. Just like people don't have the right to tell you that you can't do it because they've never even tried, okay? So tell yourself that you can do it, And the thing is, you can go out and you can read all kinds of books about being successful. You can buy a successful book called Success for Dummies. But I will tell you right now, the challenge is not can you be successful. The challenge is do you guys have the heart to do this business? Do you have the heart and drive to do this business? Okay, you can be privileged. You can come from wealthy beginnings. Your mom could send you to an Ivy League school, okay, but does your mom have control of you getting up to go to class? No, she does not. That's up to you. You can't instill that in somebody. Your daddy could be a billionaire, and the drive that he had to make those billions, you might not have that drive. It's not something you can go to Target and buy it, okay? So it doesn't matter what you've been given. If you don't have that heart and drive, it ain't going to work, guys. And there's two types of people. People that get up early and get a jump on the rest of the world, and the guy who gets up right before he has to go to his job every day. Now, the guy who gets up right before he has to go to his job every day, trust me, he's not stupid. He knows that if he got up a couple hours earlier and studied and read something and, understood what he needed to do to be successful, he would actually be successful. He knows this. it's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of heart and drive. He doesn't have that heart. He don't have that drive to get up a few hours early and to go out there and make it happen, guys. And that's what it's down to. So let's make some history here, okay? Right now, if you're listening to this, you are walking into greatness. Everybody who's listening to this, you are an opportunity of a lifetime right now. You're walking into greatness, and we cannot be touched as we walk into greatness. I don't care what your family history has been. I don't care what your financial history has been, okay? My father was never really in my life. He wasn't at my high school graduation. He wasn't there when I won the state bodybuilding title. He wasn't there at my college graduation. He wasn't there at my sporting events, okay? When I was a kid, I had a school ticket. I had a lunch ticket because my mom didn't have enough money to pay for my lunch, okay? I can't go back and change that, but I can recreate what's going on now, and that's why they call it history. And guys, we're creating a legacy in this business. Why is it that a guy like myself, who used to cut lawns for a living, who nobody gave, what about, now I have doctors, I have NFL football players asking me to help them, asking me if I can hang out with them, okay? But I don't put it on anybody's back. I put it on my own back now, okay? I'm not asking anybody else to get up at 5 in the morning. I'm not asking anybody to, I recommend it, but, I hang out with Darren a lot, as many of you know, but I don't tell Darren, listen, dude, you gotta get up at 5 in the morning. You gotta read this book. You gotta read this book. I don't put it on anybody's back but my own, okay? I'm not willing to ask others to do something that I won't do. So don't be willing, don't ask your associates to go to meetings or academies or all kinds of presentations if you're not willing to do the same thing, guys, okay? And you gotta be willing to give up some stuff. If you want to be great, you gotta be willing to give up some stuff. A lot of us get around greatness. We get around people who are great. We get around opportunities that are great, but we're not willing to give up the nonsense that we have back home to stay in that greatness, okay? So you are among greatness here in this opportunity, and let's act like it. Now, let's take a look at how bad do you want it. You have an opportunity of a lifetime, but you have to seize it in the lifetime of the opportunity. If you don't want it as bad as you want to breathe, guys, you're not going to be a top money earner, okay? Some of you like to party more than you like to be successful. Some of you like to sleep more than success. Some of you rather be cool on Facebook rather than have success, okay? You're going to have to give some things up if you want to be successful, okay? A lot of you, when you get tired, you quit. And successful people do quit things, but successful people quit things that they don't need, things that are not going to add redeemable value to them. They realize that, okay, you know what? Here's a new opportunity called Ignite, so let me get rid of video games. Boom. Or let me get rid of that bowling that I don't need. Boom, okay? I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how many straight A's you got in college. The bottom line is we all have 24 hours in a day, and those 24 hours in a day dictate how successful you're going to be in life, okay? So most of the millionaires in this country get up at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. They have a 5-hour jump on everybody else. That's why they're so successful. Now, what are your expectations? Why is it that lawyers make kids that become lawyers? Why do doctors have kids that become doctors, okay? Why is it that in certain countries, if you don't do well in school, you shame the dynasty? Not just a few people, guys. You shame an entire dynasty. So your expectations a lot of times are set by what your family instills in you, okay? But you have to have your own expectations. You have to have your own expectations if you did not have, the best upbringing. For example, my dad wasn't in my life, but look at this, Lance Armstrong. His father was not in his life. He never met his real father. Biggie Smalls' father left when he was 2. Bill Clinton's dad died 3 months before he was born. And these men did a lot of great things, okay? So talking is not enough. It's about showing up. We can talk all we want, but we got to show up. And if you want to be a top money earner, okay, you got to practice like a top money earner. That means you got to do everything that we do, okay? I give it 120% or I don't show up, guys. And even when I don't get paid, like right now I'm not getting paid, I still show up 120% of the time. Guys, it is midnight right now, and I decided to make this video for you guys. You guys are sleeping, okay? Now, if you try your best and you don't advance, okay, I'm okay with that. But if you don't do your best, let's say, for example, you don't get your quick start 4, and you're okay with that, and you're okay with that failure, and you're out there partying and having a good time, and you don't care that you're failing in your business, I'm not okay with that. To me, that's not good, okay? And the thing is, most of the successful people in this business, what you don't see is the time behind the scenes, okay? The time that I'm not on the stage, the time that I'm not in front of the computer, the time that I'm not doing a presentation. It's behind the scenes. The times when I'm getting up early and watching videos, when I'm getting up early and reading books, when I'm, studying my craft. I'm constantly trying to improve what I do. The nights like this where I'm up late doing these types of things, okay? Ignite can say to me, hey, you only have 20 minutes on stage, or you only have 15 minutes on a phone call, but they cannot dictate how long I want to practice or what I want to do before I get to the stage, how long I want to sit in the bathroom and talk to myself, okay? They can't do that. So they can't control the spotlight, And you're not going to be great until you are practicing more than you are actually in the spotlight in public, okay? You're not going to be great until then, okay? So what is your level of expectation, guys? And whatever that level of expectation is, I want you guys to start practicing for, okay? Limits are not for us. What does this mean? That means a lot of people set limits for us, okay? Especially humans, because they think small. When we think big, they get offended, okay? Don't worry about it. They're going to still be there. They're either going to hate you or they're going to celebrate you, okay? But they're going to be there. And, don't get caught up in the trap. What I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. You have the rats when they see the cheese on the rat trap. They get over there, they get killed by the rat trap. The other rats, trust me, the other rats have seen their buddy get killed on that rat trap, but they're so consumed by the cheese, the prize, that they don't realize about the trap. They go over and they get caught in that trap. Guys, so what I'm trying to say to you is, don't get caught up in the cheese. Don't let the limitations in life and the things that you have not been able to do, or what your family has not been able to do, or people have told you can't do. Don't get caught up in the cheese. Just get focused on the trap itself, and you'll be okay, okay? So don't focus on the cheese. When I was in school, college, I quit twice. I went back my third time, and people told me, listen, you're wasting your time. You already failed twice. And you know what I said? If I'm going to fail, I might as well fail forward, guys, okay? And I got my first C, my first semester, and my professor said, listen, you're in a nursing program. You're not going to make it through the school if you don't start getting B's. And I said, you know what, professor, you don't know me, okay? I might not have it in my brain. I might not have it, there, but I got it right here in my heart, okay? And I came back, and I got 26 straight A's in that program, okay? I want you guys to understand what benchmarks are, because we don't have limits. Benchmarks are basically setting certain criteria for your business. So for me, a benchmark would be like, hey, let me go to an ignition, or let me go to an academy, and let me be seen by the company. Let me interact with the top money earners. Let me interact with the top leaders. Let me become friends with them. Okay, so I want you guys to start setting benchmarks for yourselves. The Spartan mentality. What does this mean, guys? I walk out of my house every day like I'm a Spartan. I walk out like I'm back from the movie 300, okay? Because if I don't get out of bed and go out there like a Spartan, why am I even stepping out? Why? Okay, it all starts right here in my heart, or else it ain't going to happen when I get out of the house, okay? So I want you guys to expect it. When you go out of the house, you do a presentation, expect that person's going to sign up, expect that customer's going to be a customer. When you're in school, when you're taking that test, expect you're going to pass. When you get in that job interview, expect you're going to get that job interview, okay? Some of you don't expect it. You follow the rules, but you don't expect it. Tyson was one of my favorite fighters when I was a kid. Why? Because Tyson would walk into the ring, and he would stare at you with the eye of the tiger. And before the bell even rang, you were so scared, you were already knocked out, okay, guys? And this guy used to show up in a pair of shorts, and he used to show up in no socks with shoes, okay? Beating up guys who had these fancy outfits on, showboating like crazy. Same thing when I see in the gym. I see these guys with the fancy gloves, the fancy shorts, the fancy tank top, the fancy sneakers. They're on their phone, guys. They're not even doing one push-up because they don't got heart. Okay, they're showboating, but they don't have the heart to make it happen. Okay, so unless you have the eye of the tiger, trust me, don't even go out, guys. Don't even step out like that unless you have the eye of the tiger. Now, why? Why are you doing this business, and why do we need a why? We need a why to succeed, okay? Is it for your kids? What are you willing to do for your kids? If right now, let's say, there was a situation in the country where, your kids were threatened, and the only way to survive or the only way to feed your kids was to have to do something extremely dangerous, to even maybe hurt somebody, I'm sure many of you could do it. So if your kids are your why, and you realize that this company is the only thing standing between you and giving your kids freedom, why can't you go out and fight like that with this company, like you would if you were on a situation where you had to survive, okay? What are the reasons you do what you do, guys? My reason is you people. My reason is my passion is you guys. That's why I can't quit, because if I quit, I let all of you down. And I'm not going to let all of you down, okay? So you need to be 120% or you're not serious, okay? If you don't have no why, if you don't have a why, you're not serious in this business, okay? So if you think you're serious, you're not. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not serious, you're going to try to go out there in the world against the Presleys and the Stouts and the Jaras and the Pekarskis, it's not going to happen, guys, okay? You're going to have to start waking up a lot earlier, okay? You got to start reading some books. You're going to have to start going to some meetings. You're going to have to ask yourself, why am I getting up out of bed every morning? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I here listening to George speak about this, okay? What is your passion, guys? My passion is to break the cycle. My passion was to go to high school and graduate, be the first person to do it. Then I got my associate's degree. I realized, okay, if I get my associate's degree, now my nephew's, he's forced to try to at least get his bachelor's degree, okay? My passion is to break the cycle financially in my life, to be able to never have to worry about anybody in my family ever again having a lunch ticket. I want to leave a legacy behind, okay? Now, are you really here? Are you really here? Or, are you really showing up? Is the time on task? What does that mean? That means when you're studying for Ignite and you're reading a book, are you reading a book for an hour, or are you playing Candy Crush for 20 minutes on your phone? Are you listening to me right now, or are you text messaging, okay? That's the point. Get time on task, guys. I'm tired of hearing I can't afford these books. I can't afford driving to the academy. I can't afford going to Ignition. Okay, well, you know what? The same people that are telling me this, I see $150 sneakers on your feet. I also see, cell phone that's crazy expensive, or a crazy expensive purse. The bottom line is, you know what? You can afford that stuff, but you got your priorities not straight. Your priorities are not straight. Okay, guys? I'll tell you right now, even if I didn't have the money, the knowledge that I've gained from all the books that I've read and all the academies and everything else I've done, even if you took all my money out of the bank account, I can guarantee right now in 2 months I would put over $20,000 back in that bank account, okay? And this is why I'm being called by Presley sometimes. This is why Wayne's being called sometimes by Presley or by the company to do presentations, to do training. Why? Because we're Spartans. We always show up, guys. We show up 100% of the time, 120% of the time, okay? So if you are showing up, great. But if you're getting like a C in college, or you're getting, you're not getting your quick start 4, your 3 and 10, you're still happy with that, then something's wrong, okay? And I'll tell you right now, I show up for free 120% of the time. To me, showing up is not an option. What does that mean? That means webinars, conference calls, meetings, academies, Ignition. Those things are not options, guys. If you want to be successful in this business, those things are mandatory, okay? And I've had top salesmen who tell me, oh, I'm a salesman for a Kia, I'm a salesman for knives, I'm a salesman for, I'm the top this, I'm the top that. Guess what? All those top guys ain't doing nothing in this business, okay? Because they think they know it all, and they think they don't got to study, they think they don't got to do anything because they can sell a lot of cars. I'm sorry, but you can ask around some of the SDs and EDs and PDs. This business is simple, but it's not easy, okay? So if you're not showing up, you're not growing up, okay? And when you show up, we all show up together. We have a greatness, guys, that cannot be stopped. So the reason why I show up 120% of the time, because it's a reflection of who I am, where my team is, where my town is. I reflect my family and everybody else, and that's why I show up 100% of the time. Now, some of you want to shine like a diamond, but you don't want to get cut. What does that mean? Well, let's talk about what diamonds look like. Diamonds are a piece of coal originally in their original form. They don't come out like diamonds, okay? They're molded under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of you will be diamonds, okay? A lot of you will make a lot of money. Some of you will be millionaires. Some of you will own your own company. You'll have everything you wanted. Your dreams will come true. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to do it in this form. The form you are right now, listen to me, you're not going to do it in that form. If you think you're going to do it in that form, you're out of your mind, okay? Until you start personally developing, until you get an accountability partner, until you're willing to take constructive criticism, until you're willing to grow more tomorrow than you are today, and learn more tomorrow than you have today, you're not going to ever shine like a diamond, okay? And I realized that I was not on that level. And I realized it, and I decided, you know what, I can't watch all the sports I watch. I have to start reading books. I cannot not read books. I have to start changing if I want success, okay? I need to get cut. I need to have somebody look at me and say, hey, you need to do this better, or hey, you need to do this longer. And that's why my team, as a unit, we cut each other all the time, let us know constructive criticism, the adjustments that we need. Because when you look at a diamond on the outside and a cubic zirconia, you can't tell the difference. They both look the same. One's fake, one's real. But each experience, each cut, each pressure, each year that goes by forms a diamond. Okay, a diamond that can actually cut glass, guys. So I want you guys to start getting cut, okay, to shine like a diamond. I also want you to stop hanging out with inferior people, because inferior people need you too much. I'm not going to tell you about yourself. You're not going to hear anything about yourself. They couldn't tell you about themselves and had to save their lives. I want you to start hanging out with people that are better than you. People that make more money than you, people that are smarter than you, people that read more books than you. It's going to hurt. You're going to feel, discouraged hanging out with them. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get used to it, guys. They're going to stretch you. They're going to make you accountable, and they're going to make you grow. You're going to get to the next level, and it's going to be a little bit painful because you're really, for the first time in your life, going to figure out that you do need to grow, and there's things about you that's not perfect, but it's going to help you. Trust me. I've done it. It wasn't comfortable, but I got through it, and I shine like a diamond, okay? Let's not be stuck on average, guys. Let's get remarkable. Now, the pain a lot of us feel, okay? A lot of you think that you have all this great talent because you were great, whatever you did before you got to Ignite, or because your family has told you how amazing you are. But I'm telling you right now, you can only go so far from with talent, okay? If you don't have it in the heart, or you're not going to have it, okay? Talent can only get you so far, okay? So let's get this heart moving. When you guys give 120% and it ain't working, I want you to kick it into heart. I want you to kick it into heart, and the pain will help you get to the top. So if you have pain in your life, if you're having pain in this business, guys, it'll help you get to the top. In my life, I lost it all. I lost my house, my car, my bodybuilding career. But guess what? I used that pain. I pushed to push me through greatness, okay? Now, and I've seen people who have been babied their whole life, okay? They've been worshipped. They had a free ride to everything. They've never experienced pain, okay? And now they're finally on their own, and, all we're asking them to do is get 2 customers, and they can't even do that. And, they get stressed out, and we push them a little bit, we challenge them a little bit, and they quit. Why? Because they're not used to being pushed. They're not used to being challenged. They're not used to having to, they're used to giving up on stuff, okay, because mommy and daddy bails them out, okay? And this situation, guys, is on our back now. There's no getting bailed out, okay? So if you've never been through anything in your life, you're going to bail out. But I challenge you guys who have never been through anything to not join Ignite and quit the same day because somebody told you no. I challenge you to be comfortable being uncomfortable for the first time in your life. And that's what we're talking about here. Get through it. So you are bigger than the pain. I want you guys today, after you listen to this, to go out and start feeling and knowing you are going to accomplish what you were called to do, okay? I've been there before when there's been pain, okay? I'm telling you right now, it's not permanent. We're all bigger than that pain. And there's a reward on the other side. And I want you guys to use this opportunity to prove to those who try to break you and try to tell you that you would never do anything in life to prove them wrong, okay? I had to go through pain, okay? And I used it to take me to greatness, okay? So I want you guys, if you're tired or you're hurting, don't quit. I don't want you guys to give up. I want you guys to stay on course, stay on course, stay on course, because if you quit, it's 100% failure. Stay on course, you have a good chance of succeeding, guys, okay? The pain is only temporary, and I'll tell you right now, I didn't get here because good things happened to me. I had pain in my life, and I used that pain to inspire me to greatness, okay? I've had people who try to sabotage me, which caused me serious pain in my life. I had haters who hated on me. I had the pain of that situation in my life, and I used it to push me to greatness, okay? Looking back now, I was stuck on good because of that pain, but I learned to use that pain to make me succeed in this opportunity. Now, the vision, let me tell you this. I want you guys to see what you are not before you are. So I want you to see yourself as an ED before you're there, okay? And if you don't believe in yourself, find somebody who believes in you, because people believed in me. Okay, my father told me I would never be a bodybuilding champion. I was. My stepfather told me I'd be a loser. Well, guess what? I do better than he does in his life, okay? Somebody gave me vision, okay? And where you are today is only temporary. Your best day, your best month, your best year is not here. So if no one else in your family did it, it's okay, because you can have that vision. You can recreate history. I want you to wake up every single day with that vision in your mind, and I want you to understand that this is a recession. We're going through a depression, and guess what? I didn't get the memo, because even in the recession depression, my vision was so strong that I was able to have the car of my dreams. I was able to buy the condo of my dreams. I was able to make more money in a recession than I've ever made in my entire life, okay? And this is why I'm excited, because I have a mental picture of where we're going, guys. And if you have a broke situation right now in your life, I want you to make sure that you understand that your vision does not have to be broke. You can even be homeless, but your vision doesn't have to be homeless, okay? Your vision can be great. So a lot of us are stuck in third gear. What does that mean? That means we got 6 gears, guys. We're accustomed to using only 3, okay? Only those who risk going too far will ever know how far they can go. Okay, do you guys think I knew I was going to be an SD one day, an ED one day, a top star, teaching you guys stuff about the business? No. With my past, absolutely not. It took me 6 years to get my associate's degree. I was cutting lawns for 10 years. Okay, trust me, I didn't think I was going to be where I was at. But I pushed it. I pushed it harder than I ever pushed it before. I put in 6 gears. Instead of being 3 gears, I said, what can I be? What will I be? Not what do I think I will be, okay? I want this more than anybody else wants it. And that's why I'm here, because I wanted it more than anybody else wanted it, okay? My family, like I said earlier, never finished high school. I made sure I kicked in the 6th gear in high school to produce something nobody had ever done in my family, okay? And I didn't like school, and I still went to college. Why did I go if I didn't like it? Because my nephew was counting on me. I want him to realize that, hey, your uncle went to got his associate's degree. His own father didn't graduate from high school, but somebody in the family had to go to school, at least get 1 degree, okay, so that the new generation can at least, beat me. And that was my goal, okay? So I want you guys to realize this on nobody's shoulders but our own. People wait for me every morning on Facebook. They want to see what I'm going to put. How am I going to inspire them? And I'll tell you right now, I've inspired hundreds of people who thought they couldn't do something in their life, and now they believe they can do it. So I want you guys to understand greatness is upon you, and I want you to start acting like it. As soon as I get done with this presentation, start acting like it. Now, let's talk about dreaming. I'm going to tell you right now, Presley dreamed about the #1 spot. Wayne dreamed about the Top Star Award. The Jarrett brothers dreamed about the Benz, okay? They had odds against them. I had odds against them. We were triple team guys. No shows, cancellation, no's. But we found a way. How bad do you want it? Ask yourself, how bad do you want it? What made them so good? Sense of urgency. All the top millionaires, all the top successful people, guys in the world have a sense of urgency. They don't get caught up in the stats, okay? I don't get caught up in how many people I sponsor. I don't get caught up in how much money I made. I don't care how many records I broke. It's the stuff that you don't see. It's the stuff that you don't see. It's the late nights, the early mornings, the books, the traveling, okay? It's the stuff that you don't see that makes me successful, guys. If you guys would learn to have a little bit of consistency, it would produce momentum, and it would change your life forever. We are in the fourth quarter right now, okay? Success is only option we have. Failure is not an option. Some of you are tired. Some of you are beat up. Some of you want to quit. But guys, it's the fourth quarter. Let's get ready for fourth quarter living. We can rest in December. Let's make this last quarter count. I'm going to tell you why my team and my leaders and myself are trying to push the number one spot. Why do I want the number one money earner spot so bad? Because myself and my team is not comfortable with anything but success. We want to be the most complete team, and we want to have the number one team in the country, okay? Because we are not comfortable with anything but success. Now, I cannot promise you guys you'll all be EDs and PDs, but if you're satisfied with a 3 and 10, if you're satisfied with being a director, you're not going to succeed, okay? Good things don't satisfy me. Even when I get awards and even when I make great checks, I'm still hungry, okay? Some people get hungry, they fill up, and then their victory is their defeat. They remind me of an alligator. When the alligator eats, they're easily able to be killed. Do not get fed and stay fed, okay? When you succeed, you got to still be hungry, guys, okay? Last line I believe is be remarkable or be unremembered. I want to talk about my aunt in Greece. My grandma's sister had 13 kids in a 2-bedroom house. How do you do that? That's heart, guys, okay? And although some of you will work and work and work and work and get not the results you want, you need to stay on course, okay? I can't fail in this business. Why? Because I gave everything up. I gave up my lawn business. I gave my mom the job with my mom. I gave up my bodybuilding career. That's all I got. I told myself I sacrificed too much. I have no choice but to succeed. And when I don't have it in my brain, when I don't have it in the muscles, I have it in my heart, okay? And I have pride in everything I do. I have pride when I sponsor people. I have pride when I do meetings. I have pride when I talk about Ignite. It's on my back, okay? And I don't talk about things like this because I just want to talk about stuff. I want to hear myself talk. I'm doing this because I want you guys to be able to change your lives, okay? So if you are pumped right now, I'm excited for you, but I'll know if you're serious after this presentation when you start reading books, when I start seeing you again on webinars, when I see you on Facebook and the Power Players, when I see you at the academies, when I realize you're not sleeping as much, okay? You got to remember, people are counting on you, so we got to stop playing. We got to get serious. There's people that are counting on us. Think about the times that your parents to put you through school or to buy you that school clothes. How many times have they worked extra hours in their life? Your grandma had to get her taxes right probably just to get you that first bicycle you have, okay? Think about that, okay? So if you can do the things you've never been able to do for them before, this is a chance to do it, guys. This is a chance to do it. My nephew has things that I never had. He's on my back, okay? Allentown's on my back, okay? Show that it can be done, okay? Let's build this business and build a legacy, okay? The question is, what are you going to do for your family? What's your legacy? Guys, my legacy is I'm leaving it behind right now as we speak. I hope this helps you guys, get you a little bit motivated, fired up, and get you thinking. I'll talk to everybody later. It's been a great half hour with you guys.